say, kids, what time is it?
Hey everybody, Keith here from the road again. Um, Not home much these days. Um, and part of the things you do on the road is you have to find things to do at night between jobs. And tonight I went to the Fathom Events screening of Clerks III, which was released today, September 13th, for 1 week only in theaters. Before I get into my thoughts on the movie, if you have not subscribed yet, please do so. It only helps the channel grow and provide more content and maybe someday get me off the road. Maybe. So, Clerks 3. Well, what can I say? Um, I guess I'll start it off by just saying I don't understand the obsession with Kevin Smith. Um, Back in 1994, when the original Clerks came out, it was inspiring, and it spoke to our generation, Generation X. I was 25 years old in 1994 when it came out. It was a movie that was tailor made for us, the slackers, and at that time you had Richard Linklater, and you had, of course, the emergence of Quentin Tarantino and Spike Lee, and filmmakers like that. But it was Kevin Smith, because it was so low budget. The first Clerks was so low budget and kind of so different. And he kind of, for me anyway, I had just recently finished college, and it inspired me. I was like, wow, you could actually do something like this, like max out your credit cards and make a movie about two guys in a store and sell it. It was very inspiring. And he made a few follow-ups that were, well, Mallrats I thought was terrible, but he had a couple in there in the early run, the Chasing Amy and Dogma, they were okay, they were palatable. And then it just got to be tired. I mean, it's basically the same one note, one trick pony thing over and over and over again. And I remember, it was probably in the mid 2000s, he said something to the effect of he was done with this New Jersey universe thing and he was going to try something different, do some new things. And he made a film called Red State. Got about 10 years ago now, I'd say 2011 ish, 2012. It was a horror movie, and it was really, I thought, really good and shockingly um, well put together for someone of his ability, which is, a couple guys talking to each other in a very unnatural way. Red State was, I thought, very, very good, and I thought he had turned a corner. Then he made Cop Out, the movie with Bruce Willis. I think it was called Cop Out, right? It just failed. And then he seemed to immediately go back to what's familiar and start making all these goofy New Jersey films again. Somewhere in between there, Clerks 2 had come out, and Clerks 2, that was at '06, '07. Um, Clerks 2, to me, was a little flat. You're trying to riff on the idea that these clerks, these potty mouth clerks, telling dick jokes all day long and they can't get on with their lives, just didn't seem to have the same appeal the second time around. And I'm sorry to say, has absolutely zero appeal the third time around. I'm not going to get into spoilers. There is a major spoiler in the third act of this movie. If you if you want to watch it, go right ahead. Knock yourself out. I'm not going to give it away. I'm sure you can surmise it. But the basic idea of this film is that Kevin Smith had a widowmaker heart attack, or nearly had a widowmaker heart attack a couple of years ago, and that like completely changed the way his lifestyle and whatnot, and he became a vegan and took better care of himself. He lost a lot of weight, yada yada yada. He uses that as the crux of this story, and the basic idea is that Randall, the guy who ran the video store in the original Clerks, the mouth, has the same thing happen, and comes to the conclusion that his life has been meaningless. He's just a stupid cashier, cash register jockey in a convenience store in nowhere, New Jersey. And Dante says something about, making a movie, or your life could be a movie. And that gives Randall the idea to make the first Clerks movie. So then we're just treated to these really ham-fisted cameos and watching the same jokes played out again from the original Clerks, and much more awkward and just stale. Just, it's tired, man. It's just, I sat there bored to tears watching this thing. But what amazed me even more was that people were laughing at it. Kevin Smith has this weird sycophantic following where, to whoever worships him, for lack of a better term, just cannot see that it's just sycophantic seal clapping for this guy. He can do no wrong. I don't know what these people are watching. I mean, they're watching tired, recycled material from 30 years ago being played out in color. Big deal. I mean, I'm reading comments online that people are like, oh, it was so great to see New Jersey in color. Well, if you went to the theater and paid the $15 like I did and wasted money on popcorn and soda to see the Quick Stop in color, I have some. We have to introduce you to a wider scope of cinema, my friends. It was just bad. It was bad. It was exhaustingly bad. And with the Fathom events, you're treated to a 20-minute. What do they call those things? It's a bonus featurette on the making of this thing afterwards. And boy, I'll tell you, they really think they're making high art. So, anyway, I went to see it out of morbid curiosity. I expected very little. I got even less. It wasn't funny. I think I snickered once, and of course, it's when Silent Bob decides to talk. That was about it. I mean, I barely cracked a smile during this thing. It was just 90 minutes of pure pain. So, my advice, you can skip it all together because it's nothing you haven't seen before, and you're probably pretty tired of it too. So, on a scale of 1 to 10, I give it a 0. I can't give it any kind of rating. It was just that bad. It's just a waste of celluloid. But of course, they didn't shoot it on film, so I guess it's a waste of ones and zeros. Anyway, that's all I got. Love to know what you guys think. If you did go see Clerks 3, leave a comment below. Give us a thumbs up if you liked the video. Give us a thumbs down if you didn't like it. And if you didn't like it, I'm sorry, but hey, thanks for watching anyway. You guys hang in there. Have a great day, and I'll see you on the next video.
If you enjoyed this video, please give us a thumbs up below. Also, please subscribe to GeekTime TV. It really helps us grow the channel. And make sure you hit that bell icon in order to receive notifications every time we drop new content here. You can also check us out on social media on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at GeekTimeNet. Thanks again for watching. We will see you soon.
Say, kids, what time is that?